Seattle, Washington. It's week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports. The Seattle Seahawks taking on the Dallas Cowboys.
With Mount Rainier in the distance, there are few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect day for football at Lumen Field in Seattle. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victor.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly, but they're letting him know.
They got the win in that effort last week. Well, the drive starts with a completion left side, and he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down.
16 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. The numbers for Zeke from last week. 17 carries, 129 yards, and he threw a touchdown in there for good measure.
How about the first month of the season for him? He leads the league in rushing, so you know his confidence is at an all-time high, which means his offensive line loves it too. They'll get more opportunities to run block for him.
To throw on second down, Watts. And this is a rocket pulled in by Cooper, complete. Call it a pickup of 7, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
They keep on the ground with Elliott, and this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
No gain there, and it's going to bring up a third down. So he rolls out of the pocket left, just ends up finding a safety valve, but no gain there.
No gain, but it looked like they were well coached on the play because he still went through his progressions, and the receivers know that when the quarterback exits the pocket, they have defined routes to run now to get into his sight lines and try and help him out. End up throwing it short to the running back. Give the defense credit for not giving up any yardage.
A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. On first down, Watts. Open man is Kirk, complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I believe a Cowboy was there to get it. He was, and Dallas will maintain possession.
Fumble on the play. Recovered.
Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Operating from the gun, Watts. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 12-yard line. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
He did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I would.
That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Austin Seibert set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Seattle's first go on offense forthcoming, and under center, of course, Russell Wilson.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He's back to throw here to start the drive.
Russell Wilson, sack.
Kyle Van Noy able to take him down. It's a loss of 3.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after him.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson, his throw incomplete. Will Dissly, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Smith on the coverage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
1st and 10.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Watts. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run with Elliott. And the running lane's non-existent in this 1st half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Complete.
13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys.
13 yards.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Finds his tight end, Ingram. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Back to throw. Watts. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A good pickup there, a 22. Certainly worth noting he's now 1 catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Elliott. And down inside the 15 he goes. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. But every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Michael Pittman that time, and it's 3rd down.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence.
Now a hit and a loose football.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by the receiving team.
So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a 1st.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Pushing foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
They run it with Carson, and he's going to get this one down to the 30.
The ball carrier.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the Cowboys' 30-yard line.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Unnecessary roughness, defense.
Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Now it's Carson. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Chris Carson. Tackle made at the 9-yard line.
9-yard line, 2nd and 6. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. coming up at halftime. I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Will Dissly, his second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks have made this a one-score game.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
The extra point attempt to follow here. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And a 9-yard run on the end of it. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25 yards.
Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as this season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Elliott. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Looking to throw. Watts. A throw for Pittman is intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd down. You're in a tight game in the loudest stadium in the NFL, and it's enough to rattle even the most seasoned of quarterbacks. And here, it looks like he's not quite on the same page as his receiver. This will wind up a turnover.
Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And we are keeping a close eye on his catches. A really close eye now because that's number 899 in his career. The next one will give him 900. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. That'll be caught. It's Steven Sims. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On first down, Wilson.
He was trying to get that one out to his running back out of the backfield, but that one was read and timed perfectly, and they were able to break it up.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. The throw taken in by Sims. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving. To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Wilson. This will be caught just inside the 10. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. This Cowboy defense looked ready for that 3rd down pass. Brings up 4th.
The end zone. Sets up 4th.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is indeed good, and that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it, and that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll get started.
All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight.
Austin Seibert set to kick off.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
A gain of 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going. Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get
nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Sam Hubbard. Russell Wilson sacked.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
It's third down.
From the gun, Watts. And that will be incomplete.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson, open man here, Sims complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
Wilson's pass intercepted by the Cowboys.
He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving.
Let him walk. No one was going to be shouting from the top of a mountain, but he's a good guy. He's a good locker room guy, too.
Good locker room and a good player. I mean, he's a valuable starter for them. And if you just want to start over and maybe bring in someone new, the learning curve might be a little bit big. So it's a good job by getting him taken care of, and now they can move forward.
Throwing on first down. Watts. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, He joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Carry now for Elliott. And they'll get him down right about the 20. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun, Watts. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That's a tough spot for a running back coming out of the backfield because you know he's got to look for the football, knowing full well he's got a man coming his way, full steam, and he broke that one up.
A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Watts. And he's got it. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Cowboys have taken the lead. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott.
Austin Seibert set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the gun, it's Wilson. Short throw to Disley. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the delay, here's Carson. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson, pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Short throw to Disley. Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. The 20.
Wilson's pass complete. Fumble on the play.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are, and now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. They'll be hoping to work a little clock and try to add on to this slim 4th quarter lead. But whatever happens on this drive, certainly a huge fumble recovery by their defense at this juncture. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They'll try again with Elliott, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 14.
His kick is good.
Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them, and plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
Austin Seibert set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Their own 23-yard line.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
No, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Operating from the gun, Wilson.
A pass underneath for Carson.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
The turf incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. So here are the Cowboys to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak and right now looking good in this one as well. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. They go to Elliott again. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 15-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Well, now they'll try the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And they'll get him down right around the 16. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Off the play fake. Watts. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Intended for Amari Cooper. Incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This to make it a 3-score game late. Seibert's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17.
The score, Cowboys 27, Seahawks 10.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Now, aren't I, though?
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
10 at their own 22-yard line.
And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth-quarter hole. Now Wilson on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Wilson throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On third down, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Wilson's pass intended for Jarvis Landry. Incomplete.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it would appear the Cowboys are going to win this football game. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Again, it's Elliott. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Shaquille Griffin on the tackle. A gain of 10 yards. And it's 3rd.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Cowboys, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign.
And they'll get another road date next week when they take on Washington.
Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.